It happens. All right, guys. I know there's going to be more people chiming on. Christina, thank you for joining us. Guadalupe, um, thank you for joining us. Um, so we'll get started really quick. I know we all have stuff to do as well, and it's Tuesday. It seems like a Monday today since we had a long 3-day weekend. But just to let people know that are watching it, this is pre-recorded. Johnny is going to be our special guest today. So I've known Johnny for a while. And Johnny is the president of the what used to be the Central Valley Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Now it's called the Stanislaus Latino Chamber of Commerce. And Johnny's going to help us understand what a chamber can do for you as a business owner. And today we're speaking more directly to the real estate industry, whether you're a real estate agent dealing with transactions, if you're a lender with dealing with loans, or if you're in the title or any industry or any part of the real estate industry, how the chamber can help you expose yourself, how they can help you generate more rapport with clients that are actually in the business industry already, because you guys deal, or the chambers deal directly with businesses. They're not going door to door asking for business. They're actually working with the business owners that are already at a certain level, and they're able to help us generate more business. So Johnny, if you want to step in real quick and take the baton and run with this and help us, how can a chamber help anybody in the real estate industry take their business to the next level?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you first for having me. If you guys have any questions, I don't know how you usually do it, but I'm open as we go. If you want to ask questions, however you want to run it, Roberto.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, we can ask questions as we go. Johnny, if you want to share a screen, I'm going to open it up right now in case you wanted to do that. And then if anybody wants to chime in, ask any questions in the chat, I'll be reading them off as well. So don't be shy. Let it out. Let's go.
all right. So basically, our the chamber. I'll start like in a high level and kind of break it down from there. So the chamber is like Roberto was saying. Main focus is to help businesses basically. Um, but we don't help just businesses only. We actually help the community. So we believe we have a healthy community, we'll have a healthy business community. So basically, our chamber is the idea of the chamber is to be a voice to the voiceless, to be a resource to the business owners, their employees, the community. A lot of times, business owners are so busy working in their business, they don't have time to work on their business. So they don't know where to go. A lot of times, they don't understand all the different resources that are available to them. Myself, I own an insurance brokerage, so I've can on not knowing what's out there. So when I started my insurance business, I didn't have all the connections and ties that I have now, and all the resources I didn't know. So the idea is to give back to the community, and teach everybody, what mistakes not to make, and hopefully, learn from previous mistakes. And so there's a lot of people in our chamber that love helping out, mentoring. So there's a couple of different parts of our chamber first, and then I'll kind of go into what are the benefits and how people like yourselves in the mortgage industry can benefit from it. So our chamber has a couple different arms to it. We have our regular board, we have our foundation, which is our 501(c)(3), which that's where we give out scholarships and fundraise. We have our ambassador program. Ambassador program is basically like the face of the chamber. They're the ones that are out there day to day talking to different people. And actually, ambassador is a great way to get involved with the chamber, and help get past those doorkeepers. Like Roberto was saying, we deal with a lot of the owners or business management, or the upper people with the businesses. So a lot of times it helps to get through that door being an ambassador. Excuse me. We also have our government relations committee. So we don't back up politicians, but we do back up different bills that help our area, or we'll oppose them as well. So we have the government relations committee. We have We have our advisory committee, which so our chamber is countywide, so we're not limited to just one city. And so, like Roberto was saying, so that's why we ended up changing our name to West Central Valley Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and we changed it to Stanislaus Latino Chamber of Commerce to kind of stamp our area for the most part, because a lot of people were like, "Well, Central Valley, where's that?" A lot of confusion because there's a chamber down in Fresno that's Central California, so there'd be a lot of confusion. Um, and so our main area is Stanislaus, but we have, members in San Joaquin, members in Merced, Tuolumne. So we're not limited to just Stanislaus County, but that is our main footprint. So anyway, so we created the advisory board. Advisory board is basically getting input from the different communities, having members from that, like say Riverbanks, Turlock, so that they have their pulse on that community, and they know what that community needs. And it's also a resource to build out there. So for an example, if you live in Modesto and you're doing real estate just in Modesto, but you want to get out to Turlock, Patterson, Riverbank, that's an added benefit of being able to get out to these different communities. We are countywide. So anyway, so we have that advisory committee. We have a new thing that we're actually launching. Hopefully by the beginning of next year, will be our youth chamber. Getting the youth involved younger, so that way if they go away to college, they want to come back because they'll have connections. Like they want to get in real estate, they'll know, Roberto and different people. Excuse me. Or if they come out of town to go to school here, they want to stay here because of all the connections in the community. So those are some of our arms of our chamber. So we do a lot of different things. We're a resource to everybody. So we hold different types of trainings. We hold business 101s. We do business funding expos, career fairs, all kinds of different types of trainings. We're doing these Spanish business boot camps. Most of our stuff is done in English, but we do have things in Spanish as needed. And so we do both. So you have the opportunity to, depending on what kind of market you want, you have both. So our mission, our goal is to bridge a gap between the Latino and non-Latino groups. So that's everybody. So that goes from the business owner to their employees to their clientele to the community that they're in. If you're in Central Valley, that Stanislaus County is close to 50% of Latinos in our community. So that's kind of who we serve, was bridging that gap between the two. We hold also different things like ribbon cuttings, mixers. So there's something for everybody, depending how much you want to get involved or how little you want to get involved. As a member, you're able to. We have, if you look at our social media, we have over like 4,000 followers on Instagram. So as a chamber member, if you have a flyer, we post those things for you in our stories at no extra charge. We also have our e-blast or newsletter that goes out once or twice a month to 3,000 people as well. And as a chamber member, you're able to share your flyer on that as well too. So it's great exposure. So depending if you want to get plugged in with the community, there's a lot of different opportunities. And as Roberto was saying earlier, there could be some tough times coming along the way. And those that stay diligent and be consistent, being out there consistently, out in the community and meeting people. I mean, it's just like with insurance, and the chamber. It's a people, it's relationship building kind of industry. That's exactly the kind of industry you guys are in. You got to build those relationships because there's, just like insurance, there's one on every corner. Sometimes a couple of them on every corner. So you got to set yourself aside from the other people, to other realtors, other lenders, and usually the ones that are out and about that they're seeing you all the time. Those are the ones that get remembered. Those are the ones that do great in it because they're out and about all the time. They're posting on their social media. So there's plenty of opportunities to get involved as in the real estate industry, especially during the tough times. Because like Roberto was saying, when you go through the tough times, it like weeds out people that maybe are can't handle it or newer or they get frustrated, just want to go back to a 9-to-5 job because it's not for everybody. You have to motivate it. But so we provide a lot of different ways, events, resources that help you guys out. But it's, you get out what you put into it. You can't expect to join a gym and all of a sudden, in 2 days, be in shape and ready to go and show off those abs. You have to put the work in. You got to show up. You got to be consistent. And so that's what that we always preach, and we provide those different avenues for people to come out and really get involved, as much as you want to or as little as you want to. It does make a big difference.
Hey Johnny, really quick, you're talking about the ambassador program, right? And I know how the chamber works a little bit. If somebody wanted to be part of the ambassador program, what are the benefits? Let's say I want to be more involved and kind of be more interactive with other businesses. What does the ambassador program do for me? And what do I have to do in exchange? Because you're not just going to say, okay, you're an ambassador, and now you can talk to all our members. So how does that help? Because I think that's something that's super beneficial for somebody, especially in the real estate industry.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'll kind of start with the process. So first you got to join as a member. And as realtors, you can join as individuals, which is $150 for the year. Or if you sign up underneath a business, then it's $300 for the year. So you got to be a business owner, you got to be a member first in order to become an ambassador. But you got to start showing up, coming out to, different events. Obviously we know everybody can't make it up to everything because that's just crazy. Not everybody's crazy
Yeah.
like me. So, um, but so anyway, so that's the when you first start out, that's how you get involved or become an ambassador. So the benefits of being an ambassador is you actually get to walk into. Let's just say, I'll give you an example. You go into a business and you want to talk to the owner for whatever. Say you're in commercial insurance, or I'm sorry, commercial lending or property or whatever. Having that stamp on there that you're an ambassador, basically, a lot of times it breaks down that gate. It drops down that gatekeeper because you're coming off the tree as just say Johnny. They're less likely to talk to me than if I say I'm with the chamber, especially if they're a chamber member, because you go in there as a chamber ambassador, and you're checking in on them. Just you're there to see if they need anything, any help, whatever. And then you get to talk about what you do. So get you past those gatekeepers as an ambassador. Um, I know it's just a name, a title, but it really does make a big difference when people know that you're involved and you're giving back. So you're not there just to take all the time. So when people see that you're an ambassador for whatever it may be, whatever, whether our chamber or another chamber or another organization, they see that you're not just a realtor, you're not just a lender, you're there, to give back and community as well too. And a lot of times they like that. So that's the biggest benefits. As me, when I was doing insurance, when I was an ambassador before, it opened up a lot of doors for me. I got through past these gatekeepers that normally I couldn't, because you're there to say, hey, either you're a chamber member, thank you, or have you ever heard about the chamber? All these different resources and events that we have that are almost free most of the time that will benefit your business. So it kind of helps you through the door. And we have different community events like our Loteria Night or Carnival. So as ambassador, you're there serving, helping out, whether, you're checking people in. So people are seeing you all the time. So if you have your logo on your shirt and you're checking people in as an ambassador with the chamber, they're going to see your logo of whatever company you're with, your real estate agency. It opens up that door where you meet more people. There's just a lot of different benefits, but the biggest one is exposure. You're not just a regular chamber member; you're actually, frontline, and people tend to business with people that are involved more.
And what does the chamber ask for as an ambassador? Let's say I want to be an ambassador with you guys. Do I have to commit to like 8 hours a week? How much time do you guys need? Because it sounds like that's more what you want, right? Because you do have to pay your membership, which is $150 a year. But what is the time commitment that it takes?
So everybody is different depending on your availability or your strengths. So it just depends. Like not everybody can make it to like a day ribbon cutting because they might have a 9 to 5 job. Because real estate side hustle, or you're building that up so that way you can, make it your full gig. So committing to coming, we don't have a number like, hey, you have to come to, out of 12 mixers, you have to come to, 8 of them. As right now, we're revamping that whole program, but we want you to be out and about. So like, I mean, yeah, if there's 12 mixers, try to make it to like 5, but also being intentional when you're there to help out, to meet people, and the ribbon cuttings, if you can make it to, half the ribbon cuttings, and, great. So we want some kind of engagement, some kind of, commitment. We understand that nobody can make it to 50% of everything, but if you can make it to 40% of stuff, but you're out there on your own time, and you may be talking to different people, and you bring new membership, or sponsorships, or raffle items. Those are great ways to meet people, is by asking for, hey, raffle items for this event we're doing, that we're giving away money for scholarships. Then that breaks down that door as well too, as an ambassador. Then you could.
That's good information. That's excellent information, because you're basically going to like a wedding or a quinceañera, but everybody there is business owners and people that work directly with the business, either the owners or the employees, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, we have a lot of different nonprofits and community organizations as well too. So, and all these different people, and a lot of the people that are there, a lot of these events are people that usually have, higher up, and so they have income. They all, want to buy a house, buy a second house. So there's a lot of opportunity, as well too, because generally those are the type of people that are, the business owners, and the leaders of the organizations, or leaders of the businesses as well, like whether it be management, like that. So it's another added benefit, to be out there, but it's being consistent. You have to be able to, you got to show up multiple times. You can't on time and expect everything to come in. I actually had a realtor that she signed up as an individual, and she just decided not to renew her membership. I'm like, well, how come? Well, I didn't see no benefits. Okay, well, did you come out to anything? Did you be present? In the last year, she came out to maybe 2 things. Like, how are you going to come out to 2 things and all of a sudden expect all kinds of, stuff to come out of it? Right now, through my insurance office, I would say at least 90-95% of my business comes through the chamber, and that's not me actively out there working and looking at it. It's just I'm showing up all the time and being consistent, that people always want to, will want to come into business with myself. They see my integrity or my character. Oh, that person, I want to go there because I know he'll protect my business with my parents or my employees. And so they tend to send them to me. So you got to show up. You can't just expect to sign up and then that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Like you say, is that consistency. If you're there at all these events, and if somebody is looking for an insurance person or a real estate person or whatever it is, and you're there all the time, you're automatically going to start building that rapport when it's time for them to do something. Like Pablo, he's an attorney, right? If somebody's looking for an attorney, hey, Johnny, do you know an attorney? Well, this guy right here, he's an attorney. He's your guy. Or, Manny's a real estate agent, whatever they're looking for. If you're already there networking with them on a consistent basis, then they're going to work with you almost no matter what, because they're going to either look for someone, or the guy that's standing right there next to them. They already know you. They already like you because you guys are going to the same kind of things. So, yeah, plus you guys are supporting the business community. You guys
Yeah.
are all looking for some sort of business connection already. So it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and it's okay to be second. A lot of times people are like, well, there's already an insurance person there, so I don't want to go. That doesn't matter. That person's not going to connect with every single person. There's so much business out there. They may not get along with certain types of people, or they may not do certain types of insurance. And same with realtors. It's okay, to have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them out there, because there's a lot of people out there, and they're not all going to be able to work the whole entire room at all these different events all the time and be able to be at all places. So it's good to have more people out there. And I see all the different things that you have, like the CVAR, and and the non was a NAROP and stuff like that. There's a lot of these events that I see realtors and stuff going to, which is great because you guys connect and resources. But it's to me, as if I was in that position, I would be going to some of the other places that don't have a lot of those other realtors there, where there's not as much competition in a way. So and right now in most chambers, there's not a lot of realtors that come with a lot of different events. The market's wide open, and there are a few that do come, and they have been getting leads and everything because they've been being consistent. But like I said, there's plenty of business out there. So
Well, Johnny, I think one of the mistakes that we make as real estate agents, I was talking to somebody else. It's almost like this industry we're all celebritized. So just because we put our nice picture on a business card and we're blasting on social media that, hey, we can help you buy or sell your home, your house because I help this client, we think that business is going to reign. But we have to be consistent. We have to keep in mind that it's a business, it's a job. If we don't put in the time, if we don't build those relationships, whether it's going through, to the events as an ambassador, a mixer, or anything, people are not going to connect with you. If you're not door knocking, who's going to know that you do what you do? If you're not consistent on letting people know that you can help, then who's going to get to work with you? Who's going to know you enough to want to say, yeah, I want to work with Johnny because he just got his picture on a business card? It's like, no, you have to get out there and you have to put the time into it.
yeah, absolutely. When I joined the chamber before, I had originally started with the Modesto Chamber. When I originally joined the chamber, it was because I wanted to work smarter and harder. So I used to do a lot of with door hangers and stuff like that, and I wanted to meet the right people in the community that were making the decisions, and I wanted to work smarter, not harder. So me myself, I'm an introvert. Like I don't like speaking in front of people. I don't like going to mixers, ribbon cuttings, trainings because I'm more of an introvert. I sit back in the corner and kind of just wait for people to come up to me. But we've created an environment that when you come out, it's we're welcoming to everybody. When a new person comes out, I try to introduce them to everybody that I know, so that way they feel welcome and want to come back. And especially for the introverts that need that extra push. But it's like being intentional instead of just blasting a shotgun, and hope with a bunch of pallets and hoping to hit a target 10 yards away. It's better to be more accurate and be more intentional with the rifle and be able to hit that target. So that's kind of like the environment that we've created is more of targeted marketing, and but you got to be consistent and you got to live outside your comfort zone because it's not everybody's comfort to get out there and be out in front of people all the time. But if you want to be successful, you have to live outside your comfort zone.
So Johnny, really quick, I know that the chamber does mixers, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does an agent capitalize, or how do we get involved? Or let's say I wanted to have a mixer at my business, because I've been to mixers. You guys do a great job with introduce, introducing people and letting people know, hey, this is like Pablo, right? He's got his business. Hey, this is his business and this is what he does. So it's great exposure. How do we get involved with something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I put in the chat, I put our new email address or info@stanislas-latinocc.org. You guys can, for one, reach out and we can add you to our e-blast. So that way you guys are getting the new newsletter. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. So that way you see the different events that are out there. And I'll go over it. I can touch on a couple of other ones. So, but, and I apologize. I might have missed your question, Roberto. Um,
How does as a business owner, how do I like capitalize, or how do I do a mixer? What do I get from a mixer?
Got it.
How does that help my business?
So, so as a chamber member too, you're able to have a ribbon cutting. Not everybody wants to do ribbon cutting because not everybody has a location. Some people just don't want to do it. But as a chamber member, you're getting that ribbon cutting, which is like a welcome to our chamber or welcome to the community. It gets a lot of exposure on social media. And as a realtor, like for an example, you can use the main office, as your place that you want to do your ribbon cutting. Same as a mixer. So ribbon cuttings are a little bit more quicker, but people get certificates, elected officials come out. Mixers are a time to, maybe to have some food, some drinks, a time to relax and enjoy each other and get to know each other on a little bit deeper level and get to know that place of business. So for an example, everybody, might be driving down Carpenter where I'm at and never know that my insurance office is here. But until we have a mixer, which we actually do, September 21st this month, we're actually having our mixer here at my office. Um, when they come in as a mixer, they get to see the location and maybe get to tour a facility that maybe they've never, would ever see before. Try some food at a restaurant that's holding the mixer that maybe they would never ever see. So as an owner, you're able to get that exposure as well too, because a lot of times people, know where to go eat, for an example, if it's a restaurant, but if they're trying that food and it makes them want to go back or do business with that place because they get to know their employees, on a deeper level. It's making that connection. I tell owners all the time, ribbon cuttings, mixers, this is your time to shine. This is your time to allow these people to get to know you, put a face to the name, so that way, if they're looking down the street for a realtor, and looking, Googling online or Yelp or whatever, if I remember that there's a realtor here that I've met a couple of times, as opposed to one that's on a billboard that I've never met, I'm going to go with the person that's here next to me that I've met and I've actually talked to them and can tell that this person is a pretty deep person and is pretty knowledgeable. Just because they have a billboard doesn't mean that they're going to know what they're doing. That just means they have money to put up a billboard, or their cards all over the place. So it's better to have that connection. So.
Well, how many people are in your database that you guys, because you guys send out the invitations, right? If I did a mixer at my location or my business, how many people are you guys inviting to or sending the information out to?
So it gets sent out on our social media. It gets sent out on our e-blast. Our e-blast, we have, I don't even know what the number is. It's like around 3,000 people they get sent out to. But on average mixers, just depending on where it's at and obviously what month it is as well too. There can be anywhere from like 30 to 80 people at these mixers sometimes. So it just depends, but it gets sent out to a lot of people, and and again, it depends on what you're having there and where it's at. Will make a difference on who shows up as well.
Awesome. Do you guys have something set up for the holidays already, mixer wise, like December, January, whatever?
Yeah. So basically, and if you guys send us your email, I'll send you out like the different flyers. But we have like, September 7th, we have a ribbon cutting at Digital Nest, which is downtown. September 21st is the mixer here at Godall Insurance office at 5:30. September 23rd is our first annual, casino masquerade, and that's an event that's going to be fundraising is going to go towards our scholarships, and that's going to be at the DoubleTree on September 23rd. So we'll have like free casino playing. People want to learn how to play casino games. We're going to have food, music. Then we have our September 27th, which is our business 101. It's like how to promote your business. So I think that'll be a great one for all of you guys from 6 to 7:30 at Valley First Credit Union. Again, all this stuff is on our Instagram or Facebook. We have a game night, Loteria night, which this would be good. This is going to be on South Modesto. This is a community event. So this, is a great event to meet different community members, everyday people. That's October 4th, and our Mujeres Empowerment October 13th. And then we have a mixer October 19th. So we have a lot of different things every single month. We have things going on. And then two of our things that are going to be in December. We have December 8th, which is our Christmas Carnival. Our Carnival is over at Modesto Gospel Mission. We partner up with Univision and El Concilio and Golden Valley Health Centers. And last year we gave out about 1,000 toys, give out free food, cotton candy. Last year we had about 20 to 25 nonprofits that were there giving out free resources. We had a train ride, all kinds of stuff. And then, so that's going to be December 8th this year from 1 to 5. We always need volunteers. We always need help with any of our events. And then December 14th is going to be our Stanislaus multi-chamber holiday mixer. And as of right now, so it'll be 5:30, 7:30. So that's going to be all the chambers from our Stanislaus County will be there. And right now, the location that we're shooting for is going to be the DoubleTree. So we have a lot of things that are coming up. Again, depends how much you want to get involved and how little you want to get involved. But if you send me your email, we'll send you all that stuff out as well too. And feel free with Roberto. You can share my phone number, my email with anybody. Anybody has any questions? Going forward. Excuse me. I'm always open all the time. You can call me, text me, email me. I love meeting new people too.
Yeah, no, there's so much stuff coming up, guys. Especially, we were talking as we're getting started, right before 10 o'clock. If the market changes the way a lot of people are kind of anticipating now that we're going into the winter months, not that, the bottom's going to fall out or anything crazy is going to happen, but a lot of the buyers that are out there right now, they're going to go into hibernation mode because they didn't buy a house by Halloween season, right? They're going to be like, oh, I'll start again, come New Year. If the sellers didn't sell their home, you know what, it's too cold, I don't want to do anything. So if the market does shift to where it gets a little bit slower, we need to be out there. We need to be out there talking to the people that are really motivated, the people that are ready to pull the trigger. That's who you need to be in front of. And Johnny is a great resource. And if you're in a different area, if you're not in the Stanislaus area, look for your local chambers, because they're the ones they're actually moving our economy. They're the ones that are working with the businesses that are locally involved in the area that are moving our all our stuff around. So get involved with them, be an ambassador, go to their events. Like right now that all these events are coming up, you're gonna be in front of everybody that's ready to make a move. Because let me tell you something. If I'm working the 9 to 5 and my income is already projected for the rest of the year and years to come, if I'm not ready to pull the trigger, I'm not ready to pull the trigger. But if I'm a business owner and my business is doing well no matter what, I'm going to pull the trigger when it's time for me. The economy is not going to dictate, because I'm a business owner. I'm able to grow, and that happens whenever you want. I'm working with a guy that has an AC company. He's buying a 1 point something million dollar home, and he's ready to sell his 500 something thousand dollar home. So the economy for him doesn't matter. He's in an industry where he's needed, right? That's why we need to be in front of these businesses that are doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, that they're thriving, they're growing, and the Hispanic community is stepping up, guys. This is why it's so important. This is why I brought Johnny with the Hispanic chamber, because our Latino family, our Hispanic families, they're actually moving up financially, economically. We're doing well, and we need to reach out to them and help them be homeowners, move up, get their investment properties, man. We need to get this going. Johnny,
Yeah, and
anything else that you can help us
yeah,
with?
a couple things. So you don't have to be Latino. You don't have to speak Spanish to be able to be part of our chamber as well too. We're open to everybody. Our board, we have a pretty diverse board as well. So obviously our main focus is the Latino culture, bring that culture together. But you don't have to be Latino to be part of our chamber. Come across anybody that needs the resources. That's what it's all about. But one other thing too, like what Roberto was saying, especially when you guys are slow or hard times, that's when you want to be out and filling that pipeline. You want to fill that pipeline right now, so that way you don't want to be trying to fill your pipeline when you're busy because you don't have time sometimes. But you want to fill that pipeline at all times, especially when the times are slower or times are harder, because you're building those relationships. So that way, when things pick up, when those people are ready, they may not be ready right now in October, but they may be better ready in January. But like Roberto was saying too, a lot of these people that are at a lot of these events, business owners or supervisors or these people up there, the economy or the market really doesn't dictate whether or not they're going to be buying. They're going to do it whenever the need is ready. But that's it.
Here's
Yeah,
some,
thank you.
yeah, no, it's a great mindset to have, Johnny. You have to plant and you have to cultivate as we go. And here's another thing to keep an eye out, guys. Uh, Businesses that are doing well towards the end of the year, they have to dump certain assets and they have to buy certain assets, because at the end of the year, if they did a really, really good, they're going to need a tax shelter. So they need to buy property, they need to do something, they need to close before the end of the year. Because next year, come taxes, like, oh crap, did I or did I not? So when they're in that cycle where they're doing really well, this is the perfect connection that we need with the chambers. They need to have the investments, all that stuff. Right now is the time to get in front of them, because this is when they're that last push to get the tax write-offs and stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
¿Qué más tienes, Johnny?
I think that's it. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, if you guys need anything, have any questions, just get involved one way or another at some kind of organization, whether it be ours or there's a lot of opportunities to serve and help out, but also when you're doing that, you're out there exposing yourself to new people, and it just, you're filling that pipeline whether you know it or not. You're always filling that pipeline when you're out there because people see you and they're going to want to turn towards you. So set yourself aside from the other real estate people, other people out there. You got to be, what's going to make you different than the other person. They go to you as opposed to somebody on a billboard that they've never met.
So Johnny, I'm looking at I don't know if you guys can see my screen. I think I'm screen sharing really quick. Talk to us about this the loteria because I'm interested. This is to help the what is it? The funds go to the youth.
Yep. So this is going to be a loteria night. So it's a family game night. If some those of you that don't know or may not know, it's so basically Mexican bingo. It's a game that a lot of us grew up playing all the time. And so we're gonna have food there. We're gonna probably have some old cars there. So it's gonna be a family event. So this is an event that we really believe in bringing like families together, bringing everybody out, not just business people. You want the family because again, healthy community means a healthy business, economic community as well too. The funds for this will go towards our different types of scholarships that we have for our youth. So it'll be a great time. It's a great event. It'll be October 4th. It's going to be all over there in South Modesto, off of Road Planning.
Cornucopia over there with the police and all the first responders have their facilities or something, right?
Yep, yeah, it's right down the street from over there at the Harvest Home.
Cool, cool. Oh
Yeah,
yes,
it'll be a great night.
do you guys need like donations, prizes, and then people to help out for this?
Yeah, we always can use because we're going to do some raffle items that we want to give back or gifts that we want to give, for the winners. We're always looking for stuff like that. We're always looking for help all the time, set up or just people in, or helping walk around, or just sharing the word out there to bring families and friends out to the event as well too. The more the merrier. The more we get. This is our first time doing it like this out there. We've done it the last 2 years, but it was more of a smaller little thing over at the Veterans Hall. But again, we're trying to be intentional and being out in the community a little bit more. So yeah, we can always use help.
Do you guys, how many people fit in that hall? Is
Oh, a
it big
few
enough
hundred.
to invite everybody?
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty good size hall.
All right, so here's my challenge to you guys. Get involved with your chambers. Johnny, let's talk about this. Actually before I got sidetracked a little bit, but you guys do at your events as a business owner, we can bring a raffle, right? To your mixers and stuff like that. So if I bring a basket, don't bring like a $5 coffee card and expect people to be like, oh my God, Robert donated a $5 coffee card, but bring something of value, like right now, a $50 gas card, a movie night basket, or something that shows you really care for, people that are there. And they'll raffle it off at the end of the event, be like, look, this is donated by Elena, she's donating this basket, you guys, and whoever wins, like, hey, thank you for being here. So there's different ways that the chamber can help you out. So Johnny, I'm interested in this loteria night. We can do a little advertising together, and there's so many ways, guys, that advertise their events. People are gonna thank you for putting, this type of event in front of them. You're there at the event, making that second touch, second connection, and then if you have some sort of a raffle prize, and they're gonna see that you're actually donating to the cause that they're there to support as well. So that builds reports so fast. And that's why, people that are really connected to chambers are doing well with their business as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the more you get involved, you sharing the stuff as well too, set you aside as well too. You're not always about real estate stuff. You're showing community that you're out in the community, and you're sharing a flyer like our flyer, for example, or any other community organization, shows that you care about the community, that you're not there just to try to take somebody's money. You're there to make a difference, and especially in the community that these people are going to be buying a home in and building their families, and they want to know that this is a healthy community, especially if they're coming from out of town. This is a chance for you to show the different things that are available in our community.
Yeah, and then one last thing I want to share, guys. I used to be president of the Hispanic Chamber years ago when they started up, and they were tiny in Antigua and almost kind of fell apart, but it brings back memories. One of the things that happens as well is new business owners come into the area and they'll call a chamber like, "Hey, I need to buy a house. I need insurance for my business. I want to get this. I want to get that." They come to the chamber to get themselves reestablished or re-energized. So if you guys already have rapport and you guys are backing up the chamber with, being an ambassador, donating to your time and resources to the event, they're gonna think of you almost automatically. You need a real estate agent. Look, this guy is here. He's one of our go-to realtors. Or here's a list of 3 realtors. Pick one. These are the ones that support us the most, and pick whoever you connect with the most. If you're a lender, they're going to be like, look, here's a lender. Talk to them. If you need to refi your house, talk to one of these guys. So the chambers have your back if you are intentional. You're willing to help them out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We always try to help out local, keep everything here local as much as possible, and really support each other. Like we when we go out, we're intentional of who we use. We use chamber members. We do get people calling us all the time. Hey, I need this or I need that. I want to use one of your chamber members. We just got our new website up. It's SpanishlostLatinoCC.com. And we will be having our membership directory on there too as well. So and calendar. So for example, you sign up, your name will be on there. If you sign up as an individual, it'll be, Roberto, and then your company or whatever, afterwards. So when people are looking for real estate, it'll pop up on that directory as well too. Because a lot of times people want to do business with local supporters of their communities, like members.
Awesome. Well, anything else you guys want to know? Get a hold of me. I'm gonna put Johnny's information here for a little while as we sign off. But Johnny, great information, guys. I encourage you, get a hold of your local chamber if you're not in the area, and if you're here in the Stanislaus area, join the chamber. You're gonna see great benefits, but don't join the chamber. You have to be proactive. You have to put in the time, because once you put in the time, then you can ask for referrals. Without putting in the time, then you really don't have that rapport to be like, hey, why is nobody reaching out to me? Why is nobody showing me any love if you're not there to put in the time?
Yeah, and one more thing too, if you guys are not in our community, for an example, say you're in Merced or Fresno or wherever, we have connections up and down the state of California with the other local chambers as well, to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce's as well. So if you guys don't know where to get plugged in or what we're at, let me know, and I'll connect you to the right person in that area as well.
You guys are part of the California, right? The big, I don't know how many chapters there is now.
Yep. So we're members of the California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and there's almost 130 different chambers that are part of that in the state. Um, One thing I would advise too, like every year they have a convention. We just had it in August, and it was down in Orange County. Next year it'll be up here in Northern California. I would suggest you guys going to it because I mean, there's people from up and down the state of California that are there. I mean, and a lot of them are the big time, big shots. It's a great time to meet these people and to hear what you do.
Yeah, you'll get connected on a more of a international, almost international level. You'll get to
Yeah,
meet people from different states. I mean, I've met people from Puerto Rico, Texas. I mean, you name it. There's people across the US that you can network with. And it's not just fun, but it's very educational. It's humbling to see that there's people across the US looking to network with you as well. But take advantage of this, guys. The Hispanic Chamber is a great way to go. I recommend it 100%. Johnny, we'll be talking a little bit more. Like I said, I want to support the Loteria night. We can maybe do some commercials, not commercials, but do a little advertising for it. Get a bunch of people there. I'd like to help out the day of as well.
absolutely. We appreciate it. And again, you guys, I don't if I'm telling you to reach out to me if you guys have any questions, you need connections or whatever. Use it. My number, my email. I'm here to help out. I love helping, so that's what I'm here for. Don't be shy.
All right, guys. Any questions as we sign off? Last chance. Johnny's a busy guy. He shared some time with us. Thank you, Johnny.
Quick question,
Appreciate it so much.
Roberto, I got a question.
Question, Manny, go for it.
Are those events planned 6 months ahead, a year and ahead in advance, or how far advance are you planning it?
It depends. Ribbon cuttings are as they come up with new members, or they're celebrating their 1 year, stuff like that. So ribbon cuttings are sporadic. Mixers, those are once a month. We try to send them up ahead of time. So like we've had all their whole year set up since last month. Our trainings, our big events, all that stuff is usually set up in advance. So like for 2024, we'll have almost all of our stuff done and ready by October. So that way, people can start putting on their calendar, start figuring out where they want to help out, or stuff like that. Our business one-on-ones, we try to send them up as much as possible ahead of time, so that way people can put on their calendars and not, try not to be last minute. But there are a lot of things that we do last minute, and those are usually ribbon cuttings.
Okay, and as far as your donations, is there like any specifics in donation? Like I can get a lot of tequila. I mean, really cheap. I go to
Right.
Mexico a lot, so those are acceptable.
Yeah, we accept anything as long as it's legal. And then if you're bringing a good bottle, you gotta save me a bottle as being the
Okay.
CEO.
Yeah, I get the
No,
big
we're
ones, the 3 liter ones, the full
oh,
ones.
nice. Yep. No, we accept any of that. So as long as it's legal, we're good with that stuff. We don't, you know, we don't away from alcohol and stuff.
I had to ask.
I'll
Some
go.
people don't know it's alcohol, so sometimes I had to ask.
Oh
I'll,
So,
yeah.
I'll go. I'll go pick it up for him, Manny. Let me know where.
all right, no, I'm good. Then I'll email you my email so I can get all those dates. I definitely want to get involved. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you.
All right, guys, appreciate it. Johnny, thanks a lot again. I know you're a busy man. Everybody, thanks for joining. It's great information, but it's really doesn't do anything unless you implement it. So go out there, sign up with your chambers, be active. Raise your hand when they need some help, because it's kind of frustrating when they need manpower and nobody's there, and then at the end you're like, hey, I'm getting no business from it. All right, guys, see you next week. Johnny, appreciate it. De todo corazón, muchísimas gracias.
Gracias. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm humbled and honored. Appreciate you guys. Have a good week and good luck out there.
All right, see you guys.